So Street Life, what's happening? Episode number 12. Today, we got a different type of video for y'all. I got 5 key things that you need to do as soon as you get a street bike. These is 5 things that you gotta do. Like, if you don't do these 5 things, then you ain't really got the bike yet. You know what I mean? You probably just got it right quick, and you probably about to flip it, or you just testing it out right quick. You renting it out. You know what I mean? When you do these 5 things, it's your bike. You Street Life certified.
Our Street Life, I got my toy woman. She does most of the video footage and most of the editing and things like that. I just want to, introduce her to y'all, Street Life to the queen to the street life. That's what I'm about. Our Street Life. So one of the biggest proponents to riding is having some good tires. So the tires that I'm running right now is a Qualifier Sport Max Q3 Pluses. It's a real good tire. When it's hot and sticky out, the tire get real sticky. If it's raining, it ain't gonna fall out too much, you know what I'm saying? It's one of your better tires that you can use for the rain. I'm talking about that because it's raining today. Me personally, I don't ride my bike as much in the rain anymore, but when I do, you want to make sure that you got some good rubber on there. And if you're banging in the canyons on a hot summer day, you want to make sure that you got some good rubber on there. If you're on a track day, you want to make sure you got some good rubber on there. If you leaving the club, the bar at night with your girl, like me, you know what I'm talking about? You want to make sure you got some good rubber on there. Good enough to probably do one rolling fat ass burnout down the street. You know what I mean? But after that, she hooking up. You know what I mean? So these Qualifier Q3 Pluses, they'll do that. Other tire manufacturers that's probably cool is the Michelin's, Pirelli's. Battle Axes, they got a new tire that came out, which is pretty cool. But me personally, I like staying with the Dunlops and stuff like that. They got some pretty good technology. The biggest thing is tires. So that's going to be the first thing on my list. Is get yourself a good set of fucking tires. So the second thing that you want to do when you get yourself a street bike is the exhaust. Now, when you got your bike, it probably already came with exhaust. So if it already came with exhaust, just make sure you go over it, make sure all the bolts is tight. You don't have any leaks, stuff like that. But if you don't have an exhaust, you definitely want to go get your exhaust. It's gonna make the bike sound better. It's gonna make it perform better. It's gonna make it look better. It's just an all around good thing that you can do. Almost probably the best thing that you can probably do for a bike is throw an exhaust system on it. On this bike right here, we got the Leo vents. It's a full titanium system. I was gonna go with the carbon cans, but I kind of like the look, of the titanium. That looks good to me. So I like titanium. I wanted to get as much titanium as I possibly can. And it seems like carbon fiber is kind of, people still doing it, but it's kind of like some OG shit, you know what I mean? Kind of the millennials now, they kind of like a lot of the different exotic metals and stuff like that. But yeah, nonetheless, I got a titanium. And titanium's also good because it cools super fast. Carbon will cool fast too, but titanium cools not as fast, but it cools pretty fast. So yeah, you want to get your exhaust. And I got one thing for when you're shopping for exhaust, man. Don't be out here getting them fake exhausts and fake Austin Racings and them fake SC projects. Don't do it. That is not Street Life certified. That shit will get sold, and we ain't rocking it, man. That's not what we doing. I'm talking about everything gotta be genuine. Genuine stamp of approval. No knockoff. Don't go get no knockoff Chinese-made exhaust. Off eBay or something. You can probably go to eBay and get you something, but make sure that it's real Acropovic or real Leo Vents or real Jardine or real M4 Toast. Really not a big fan, but Toast, I'm really not a big fan, but hey, but you definitely want to get yourself some exhaust, change, you're all good, you know. But the second part of it, you might want to pay attention to. But the first part of it, you want to inspect it, you know, make sure that your chain sprocket is good before you can take it out for a ride. If you got hella slack in your chain, then that's obviously a no-no. If you hear your chain, like it sounds like a bag of like chains or something like that. If you hear that sound, then that obviously means that you need a new chain. Those are like that's like the rollers, and they're just like bouncing around. So you probably need a new chain. So chain and sprocket is probably number 3 on my list, and that's because it's the connection between the engine and the rear wheel. That's the service part, you know. You're going to be servicing that thing, moving it up, moving your chain if you got a new chain. Second part of having the chain and sprocket is sometimes you can do, like, if you just want to ride the bike on the streets, then you can go like 1 down, 2 up or whatever, and then it'll be a straight street monster, you know what I mean? You'll get a lot more acceleration out of it. Like if you want to, you know, take it, you know, more highway or something like that, you can take teeth out of it, you know what I mean? And it'll like have a lower RPM at the same given speed, you know. So you can do a lot with the chain and sprocket. That's why, as far as maintenance, the chain is probably, you know, second to, you know, making sure all the bolts are tight. But, you know, lubing your chain about, you know, if you're riding regularly, maybe once a week, you know. If you're not, maybe once a month. But you definitely want to be lubing your chain, even if your bike's sitting. You know, you get condensation on your chain or whatever. But chain and sprockets, number 3 on the list. You can get a little bit of performance from it if you do it right. Having your chain and sprocket dialed in is definitely something that you want to be paying attention to. Okay, street life. So the 4th thing that you want to do once you got your street bike, you got your exhaust, you got your chain and sprocket, you may probably do an intake on there, a little air filter, that's what I mean, velocity stack, something like that. You want to get the bike tuned. You know, you're not going to get all your bang for your buck or the most optimized performance if you don't fucking tune it, you know what I mean? Sometimes on these newer bikes, you'll get a check engine code if you just like put a new exhaust on there without telling the computer that, hey, I got a new exhaust on there. But some of them you have a O2 sensor deletes on them. On this bike, I actually don't have an O2 sensor, you know what I mean? So that's obviously one of the things I would have to tell the computer, like, hey, there's no O2 sensor anymore. But I do have a wideband, which is a controller, you know, it's an auto tuner. Oh, we're talking about tuning. So I think I've got 2 tuners on this bike, which is fucking crazy. So I've got one tune, which it's a bike side harness by FTECU. Those guys are great over there. Go check them out, FTECU. So I've got a bike side harness where basically I can, from my laptop with Wi-Fi, go on my bike, change whatever I want to change, blah, 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 blah. It's awesome. I can tell the computer that the bike is running an O2 sensor or it's not running an O2 sensor. I can turn the air injection off. I can change the throttle mapping, fuel mapping, timing mapping. I can literally do everything from the laptop. And then another thing I was talking about was the other tuner that I have, because I do have a power commander, which is probably ideal. You know, that's not really a tuner. It's not a tuner. It just adds, I think, up to 20% of fuel in each given cell, so it just gives you more fuel. It just optimizes. It's like an amplifier for the fuel. The power commander is. So I've got a power commander on here. I also got the DynoJet Auto Tuner. You know, so basically I use that just on the back end just to clean up my tune that I put into the bike, if you understand. You know, so I'll run the Auto Tuner after I put my tune on, and it'll give me long-term and short-term adjustments that the auto tuner has made, and then I can use those files and upload it into my actual tune, because it just gets me to a specific air fuel ratio wherever I have it set at, you know. So those are the 2 tuners that I have on this bike. I know it's a little technical or whatever, so that's why if you don't know a guy like me, you should probably go ahead and, you know, email like anybody. You know, you go on, I think Sports Bikes Unlimited, they have that where you can email them and tell them what you got done in your bike and what you want to get done in your bike, what you want turned off and what you want cap on, and you send them your ECU, and I think it's like $150 or maybe $200. They'll send it back to you, and your ECU is flashed, you know, and that's pretty much what I'm talking about, is flashing, tuning your ECU
telling them that you've made these adjustments, or the computer can be heard, that you've made these adjustments, you know, and you're good, you know? So that's the fourth thing that you need to do, is get your bike tuned, get it flashed, get it looked at, you know what I'm talking about? So the final thing that you wanna do, and this is the final thing, and I put it on the list, it's probably not big, and people probably do this all the time, they probably should have done it when they first got their bike, but the fifth thing is oil. You know what I mean? These things don't run off air. They don't run off water. I know you think they run off money, but they don't fucking run off money. As much as this shit costs me, it don't run off money. It runs off oil and gas, you know what I mean? So make sure, for one, that you're putting some more premium fuel in there, at least 91, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you're gonna make sure that you got yourself some good oil. This is not the oil that I use for this bike. This is the oil that I was using for the StreetLife FZ07, you know, before I sold it. But yeah, so you want to make sure that you always got some good oil in there, that you're changing the oil regularly. I like using the K&N filters. They're cool. A guy at the track tried to tell me that I couldn't use it for whatever reason, you know, but make sure that you have oil, and make sure that you have a good filter and everything's lubricating, everything's feeling good.
Okay, so this is your sight glass for your oil. You know, it gives you your readings or whatnot. This is low and this is high. You have another notch there. This is a Yamaha. Not all bikes are the same, but this is how you check the oil on the Yamaha R6 or R1. You know, you have a mark there and you have a mark there. As you see, the bike is on this kickstand. You don't want to check it on this kickstand. You want to check it when it's on like a neutral, like balance, like straight up and down. And where you want your oil at is like just in between. Sometimes, you know, I like to run it, you know, at the top on or whatever, you know, but that's kind of how you check oil. This oil definitely needs to be changed on this bike. That's probably why I'm not riding it right now. And that'll be the next thing I'll be doing to this bike, is changing the damn oil. But yeah, that's how you check oil on the Yamaha street bike. All right, Street Life, episode 12 is a wrap. You know, those are the 5 things that you should be doing if you already got a bike, or if you think about getting a bike. Make sure you leave these 5 things, you know, in your budget or whatever, because they gotta be done in order for you to be Street Life certified. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you give your boy a thumbs up, you know, so other people can see the video. Also, make sure, you know, go down there, drop a comment as of what your top 5 is, or, you know, anything I left out, or what you think the next episode should be about, you know what I mean? But, you know, as of today, you know, we're gonna call it one, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna
don't forget to follow you on Instagram.
Oh yeah, follow your boy on Instagram, StreetLife Vlogs, you know what I'm saying? We out.